I'll call this meeting in order. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk call roll, please?
Evans?
Here.
Lee? Here. Grottens dismissed. Merles?
Here.
Muchka? Here. Schuster?
Here.
Okay, first item of business is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So, second.
Motion by Schuster, second by Morose. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve minutes of previous meetings?
So moved.
Motion by Flutie,
Second.
second by Muchka. Any further discussion, questions, or comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve minutes of intervening meetings. Is there a motion to that effect? Motion by Schuster,
Second.
second by Morose. Any further discussion, questions, or comments? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public comment. Record show there's nobody in attendance. Number 5 is not applicable. That was from last month. Approve payments of bills. Checks for $1,973,856.13. Electronic transfers for $375,446.86. Is there a motion to approve the bills as printed?
So moved.
Motion by Morose, second by Schuster. Any further discussion? Questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Merles?
Aye.
Schuster?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Lee? Aye. Muchka? Aye.
Payment of bills have been approved. Reports of officials. Mayor, I do have one communication. It's a takeoff from last month's meeting, but it was mailed after our meeting. This is for the Juneau Wastewater Treatment Facility. Subject 2023 Facility of the Year Award. Dear Juneau Wastewater Treatment Facility, on behalf of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, it is my pleasure to acknowledge the hard work and effort of the Juneau Wastewater Treatment Facility as demonstrated over the past year. The wastewater program reviewed wastewater treatment plants around the state, and Juneau was nominated and selected as a winner of the Facility of the Year for 2023 award. Below are a few words from the wastewater program staff on your nomination. Quote, Juneau runs their plant with an attention to detail, takes pride in maintaining quality effluent, and is highly proactive. They have a strong system for process control monitoring and preventative maintenance as needed to respond to problems before they become bigger problems. They monitor within their plant and their effluent more frequently than strictly required by their permit to make process adjustments in real time. Juneau is very intentional and precise about their process control and compliance work. It is clear the lab staff takes pride in their work and values the importance of good record keeping and a well-organized plan. They keep the Juneau plant on balance and keep themselves set for success. We appreciate the daily commitment Juneau Wastewater Treatment Facility makes to protect our natural resources. Congratulations. And signed by Adrian Stocks, Water Quality Bureau Director of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. I think that's very commendable of our treatment plant and the workers that we have out there. That's all I have. Clerk Treasurer, nothing?
Nothing.
Building permit report. Any questions on those? Police Department report. Juneau Fire and Rescue report. Or the Juneau EMS report. Any questions on them? Comments? Reports of committees, commissions, and boards. We have our librarian.
All right, I got a bag of tricks, or at least a bag of books. And it's March Madness time, so I've got brackets that I'm passing out. And you can choose on if you do it or not, but we are doing March Madness brackets at the Juneau Public Library. Can I stand here?
Yes.
Go over
Sure.
there. Yes, I can.
First meeting?
So, all of a sudden I was like, that is not my best side, that I need the camera on. This is our good side.
Atta girl.
All right,
The shiny
so we're already in the Elite Eight. So Sweet 16 happened last week. We had the 16 most circulating picture books in all of Monarch on our brackets, and now we're down to the Elite Eight. And if you want to participate, then we would love for your opinion. If you fill out brackets like I do, you go on title or color of the team or whatever. Of course, it'd be awesome if you read all 8 of these books, and all 8 of these books are at the library. But, oh wait, I'm not, I got pencils too. There you go.
Oh dear.
So these are our Elite Eight. I'm really excited about this. We're just engaging people in what's recent. And if you haven't read a good picture book, you are never too old to enjoy children's literature. Whether you're a mother, a grandparent, father, auntie, uncle, these are some of the top things that are out in the public today. So all 16 of these books are in the library and are being featured for you.
Here, you
The title
need to have these books.
here, We Don't Lose Our Class Goldfish. I just think that's a funny title right there. So Megan will collect these after the meeting if you so choose to participate in our brackets. Based on this, then next week is the Final Four, and then of course the championship game. Another thing coming up during Dodgeland's spring break is Reading with Watson. Some of you may or may not know that the teacher librarian for Dodgeland actually has a licensed therapy dog that goes to work with her in Dodgeland. And Watson will be at the library on the first day of Dodgeland's spring break to read with the community. And so that is something we're excited about. The kids already know Watson, so are you, oh, look at you organizing them. I thought you were like
I got
changing.
money on
I was gonna
I got money on this.
So anyway, I'm excited to feature that. And then the last thing that I want to talk to you about, if you haven't heard on the news, there is a total eclipse coming to the United States on April 8th. And yep, we can pass those out. The next one, we are not in the path of totality, but you can see that partial solar eclipse even from Wisconsin, or you can drive about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours to Indiana, where you could be in the path of totality. But we have a NASA ambassador from Madison that is coming this Saturday, the 16th. He'll have his high-power telescope that allows people to view through it and see the sun safely. We'll be handing out these solar eclipse sunglasses on Saturday that allow you on April 8th to view the eclipse safely as well. We also have some eclipse-related crafts, eclipse-related snacks, eclipse-related prizes, and a door prize as well that we'll be giving out on Saturday. It is come and go, so whether you're young, old, or in between, come on out between 10 and noon, and you can look through the telescope, get your solar eclipse sunglasses, and be excited about what's coming in April, on April 8th. Just so you know, the next total eclipse that will be able to be seen in the continental United States will not happen until 2040. So me in 20 years, no guarantees I'm able to get out of a chair. So I'm going to take advantage of that for sure. Any questions for your library director?
It was a great puzzle competition.
Oh, I should have, yeah. Even the last place team had a great time. I did last month tell you about that. 8 teams
8
competed, and
It was a hot competition.
it was a hot competition. 32 minutes was team 1. They completed a 500.
Don't tell them what our team
No,
did.
no, yeah, I thought, are we spending the night here?
I thought the same thing.
No, it was anywhere from 32 minutes to about an hour for the teams to compete. Enough that your community said, you're doing this again, right? So we are going to start talking to some other libraries to see if this is something that we could get a little, library to library competition maybe in the future, right?
Yeah, I mean.
500 pieces, yeah.
It was Paul's breakfast club against my book club, and it was a race to the bottom. They were second from the bottom, and we were the bottom. But we had a hot
Mr. Jeff
competition.
Thrain was on the winning team, and it was all on the up and up.
Was it?
It was on the up and up,
At
but
least you participated.
We did, and
You
we actually, I
participated.
think that it was a
That was
wonderful
divine
event. I saw people at the event that I've never seen.
same, yeah.
So, it is very interesting, the different activities that bring in different people to the library.
Mhm.
And that was great to see.
Well, thank you for adding that and for participating, and maybe we'll get a puzzling team
Oh,
of
man, I'm
older
practicing.
people.
I'm gonna get those puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm practicing.
Did she get a award for last?
Only first and second place people
Yeah.
got prizes.
Okay.
She got a mint Oreo cookie.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
What more
Thank
could you want?
Council.
Thank you, Jeanette.
The ballots?
Who
I think you did.
wasn't prepared for this, so sure David isn't here tonight. Plan Commission, Dave's absence, I gotta switch my memory here. We have a resolution. Resolution 75, 2023, whereas the Plan Commission has received a request from Bruce Olner to add an accessory building at 282 West North Street, and whereas the Plan Commission recommends approving conditional use permit to include the 24 by 48 existing garage and a new 16 by 24 storage building, and whereas the recommendation is contingent upon removing the existing 8 by 12 building by June 1st, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved, the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts this aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 12th day of March 2024. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Morose, second by Schuster. Discussion, this was basically, fell through the cracks somehow when he expanded his existing 24 by 48 garage. He was supposed to get a conditional use permit. We reviewed this with the city attorney, and with the additional building that he was looking at, we wanted to clean it all up under one resolution because he was supposed to have gotten a conditional use for that size of garage. He built it in 2 stages. Same building inspector approved it, what have you. So I don't know, I guess it's kind of on us that it got slid through the cracks or whatever, but this puts it in a good light now. It's all documented. Did learn a little bit about how our conditional use permit should be recorded more than just through our minutes. So whether we start a catalog or a binder or something like that that contains things like this, we should do that. Bruce has got an exceptionally large lot down there, so there really isn't any problem. He had no opposition of any of the neighbors. The only recommendation is by having more than one building, we've got to require him to take one of them down. So this puts him in compliance.
Right. Yeah, I recommend it too.
Very good. No discussion, questions, or comments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Rose?
Aye.
Schuster?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Rudy?
Aye.
Machuga?
Other than that, if my memory serves me, it was basically just other routine maintenance items, we seem to have a lot of problems here that get any bite into our park. We send notice after notice about ongoing construction projects. There was a couple stop work ordinances, stop work orders that were promoted after our last meeting. Failure to pull permits, failure to get permits for their dumpsters sitting out front. Nobody wants to be a bad guy sitting around these tables, but you know, when you got everybody else complying and following the rules and whatever, why should somebody else just come in and do whatever they want to willy-nilly? So basically that was the crux of our meeting. We did talk a little bit about the industrial park briefly out there, about possibly getting some expansion there. That'll be reviewed by the CDA. We're pretty much out of lots after we take action on the right for first refusal on the 2 remaining lots we have out there. So, other than that, any questions from Plan Commission? David always does a pretty good job keeping on top of things there. He's always got his nose in that ordinance book. I got to review a little something with you tonight too. So.
Okay.
So other than that, no other questions, we'll move on. Finance Committee.
Finance, we had a meeting. Jeanette was at our meeting. She came requesting, she wanted to purchase, looking for money to purchase a new laptop. For various reasons, she didn't use all of the capital money that was assigned for computer upgrades in 2023. When budgeted money doesn't get used, it goes into the general fund at year end. So it wasn't available now to use. We do have some contingency capital funds available yet this year, but we want to see how much the entryway is going to cost to repair. And we'll see how we stand after that. In the meantime, we've asked Jeanette to provide us with a few more quotes. Then Public Works asked for approval for an additional $100 allowance per employee per year for safety toe footwear. And then this request started a discussion of what the current city policy is regarding clothing for employees. Our personnel policy states that all utility and city street Department of Public Works employees will have work clothes / equipment furnished by the city. That's all it says. The 2024 budget allots $1,000 for Public Works, $2,200 for wastewater treatment plant employees, and $4,000 for electrical utility employees to be used on clothing and equipment. So we didn't take any action to provide the additional $100 at this time. We kind of felt that the discussion should be forwarded to the Joint Personnel Committee for policy review, because it is a policy.
Yeah, right, yeah, we will, take it on.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Richard?
I'm not done yet.
Oh, and I just want to verify, and then I didn't read the minutes, so I apologize. But we'll have to verify the amounts for the allotment for the budget, because I know it's $4,500 for electric utility. So I'll have to
Okay.
verify your
Yeah, I
minutes.
thought you said 4,000 the other night. Okay,
So we'll look at it, I'll fix that for you.
thanks. Only other thing we talked about was the Strassman property along East Center Street, and what the status of that is, and it really hasn't changed. The family hasn't decided to transfer it to the city at this time. We just had a little talk about it, so that's it. Now I'm done.
Any other questions for Richard? Moving on, personnel.
Personnel actually met twice. We met on February 20th, closed session, finding, we did approve state FMLA for an employee through January 15th. Then we met again along with the Public Safety Committee on the 27th. And we discussed reinstating the police detective position for the city and filling the sergeant positions for the city. And I see the resolution is under public safety, so John will take care of that. We adjourned into a closed session, and we denied FMLA requests after 1:15 due to deficiencies in a medical certification for a city employee. And we also made a motion to terminate an employee due to absence from work without authorized leave. That is what I have to report for personnel, and we will have a joint personnel meeting the end of this month with utility personnel. And we'll discuss that along with, we wanted to get a head start on compensation, how we determine compensation for employees. So we're going to have a joint meeting with the utility personnel committee.
Any questions for Katie? So now move on to public safety. John?
We had a meeting. Police chief gave out his monthly report in 2023 yearly report. And we discussed reinstating the detective position. They haven't been that for quite a few years. Dave was the police chief, actually was a detective when he was a cop. So we haven't had one for many years. We'd like to have that again. He's got a candidate, no new hires, all candidates that are in the city now are going to just be moving up. And then also discussed to fill the sergeant position, which they've been had for a few years. And they also got a candidate in, there'll be new hires, so they've got a person in the department for that to move up to that, keep people around the city. And then we also sent to the personnel to approve, if needed, a vacancy for the department, which now there is, so working on that, I guess, get another officer hired. And with the EMS, Dan just said monthly reports, and they're looking to replace one of their ambulances, 2351, so they're going to set up a committee to look into the replacement of one of the ambulances. And the fire chief had his monthly report and 23 yearly report. They're also looking at a couple truck replacements. One of the trucks no longer passes certification. The KME, it's in 1989, so that had to come out of service right now. So we're down to a couple engines, and they're still kind of kicking that around, see what's going to go with that. And they also want to refurbish the ladder, 2371. It's 20-some years old. They want to get that refurbished. So we're going to get some prices on that. Get back to us on that. And then emergency director government, the 3 furnaces in the fire station, all the heat exchangers are cracked. So we're going to look in and get some price on that, see what we can do with that, furnaces for the fire station. That's kind of our meeting, and I got some resolutions. So first one, Resolution 76, 2023. Approve reinstating City of Juneau Police Detective position. Whereas the Public Safety and Personnel Committees have reviewed a request to reinstate a detective position for the Juneau Police Department, and whereas the Juneau Public Safety and Personnel Committees recommend reinstating the detective position for the Juneau Police Department utilizing the job description as shown in Exhibit A, now therefore be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 12th day of March 2024. I move for passage of Resolution 76, 2023.
Second.
Motion by Schuster, second by Foodie. Any further discussion? I think one thing the chief did say, by reinstating these positions, it gives the officers something to shoot for, something to gain a title and a little more pay.
And I think also an important point he made was the detective will get special training to interview, particularly to interview children.
Yeah, he's definitely going to school for
Right,
more
so,
training, yes.
and that is a very challenging task, to interview a child and get adequate statement that will hold up in court. And so I think that's great that, we're going to send somebody for additional training.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Schuster,
Aye.
Foodie, Evans,
Aye.
Morose,
Aye.
Mutchka.
Resolution 76, 2023 is passed.
All right, next resolution, 77, 2023, approve appointment of EMS officers. Whereas Emergency Medical Services, EMS, has held the general election for EMS offices. The following officers will fill the named office with their term beginning in February 2024. Dan Zane, Coordinator, 2 years. Dan Toll, Secretary Treasurer, 2 years. Whereas the EMS bylaws require the Common Council of the City of Juneau to confirm the EMS elections, now therefore be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 12th day of March 2024. I move for passage of Resolution 77-2023.
Motion by Schuster, second by Mutchka. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Schuster,
Aye.
Mutchka. Evans.
Aye.
Foodie. Morose.
Aye.
Resolution 77, 2023 is passed.
Resolution 78, 2023, approve appointment of fire department officers. Whereas the Juneau Fire Department held a general election for the fire department offices, the following officers will fill the named office with a term beginning in February 2024. Whereas the following are the election results. Dave Beal, Captain, 3 years. Kurt Inman, Lieutenant, 2 years. Jay Skolma, Secretary Treasurer, 2 years. Sierra Skolma, Trustee, 3 years. Nick Zank, Trustee, 1 year. Now therefore be resolved that the Common Council of the City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council of the City of Juneau this 12th day of March 2024. Move for passage of Resolution 78, 2023.
Second.
Motion by Schuster, second by Foodie. Any further discussion? The department continues to struggle to get younger members to step forward and take training. Gets to the point where we're getting to be an aging department where we need to get either some youth coming in or get the existing youth to step forward and become officers. Most of us have been holding positions for many, many years only because there's only so many qualifications to fit those positions. So we're trying to do what we can to stimulate some interest. Every community is having that same problem.
Yeah. And we're still paid together with Horicon and Burnett for fire calls. Helps out a lot, especially during the day.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I guess point of reference, the only one that really has to be approved is the fire chief. The other officers, that's just point of information for the council. So
Oh, okay. No taken.
that's by state statutes. So. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Schuster,
Aye.
Foodie, Evans.
Aye.
Morose,
Aye.
Mutchka.
Resolution 78, 2023 is passed. Go ahead. Public Works. Kayla,
Sure.
our recording secretary.
Well, the committee agreed to update city policy to include the $100 per employee per year for the purchase of safety shoes. We forwarded on to finance, which we already talked about, and it's now being forwarded again. Let's see, we discussed possibly purchasing of a fan or heater for the back door of City Hall. For now, Joe's just gonna run the box fan and monitor it to see if there's still an issue once the new door sweeps underneath the door are put in. We're not sure if that'll just fix the problem entirely, so we're gonna wait a little bit and see how that goes first. Joe has started to look at possible bids for flooring and plumbing for the bathroom remodel at the community center. He looked at a couple of options. He's gonna continue to get bids and finalize some of the project details before we agree on anything. Let's see, the superintendent's report. Potholes are still getting filled. The new dishwasher at the community center is working well. Chance really likes it. City was fully swept and the cemetery trees were trimmed. Construction on Western Avenue continues. Joe continues to work with Don to coordinate cement trucks to avoid them parking near the crosswalks during drop-off and pickup for school. That seems to be kind of the biggest issue right now is the school traffic. Joe was out for surgery and completed a few online leadership courses during that time, but he's back in the office now. So that is it, I think, for Public Works.
So we're waiting to see, they put the door sweeps in, do we have to wait for the, that before we get a quote on having everything else done, like the floor?
They're gonna do that in-house, just gonna paint it, fleck it.
Okay. 'Cause that's
There's
all
not
that
gonna be a
has-
lot, there's not gonna be a lot of cost there for getting that back together. Big thing is Public Works took the position that, let's get the door sealed up. That's where the whole issue is. Let's get the door sealed up before we make any commitment to do anything else other than getting the stick-em off the floor and painting it and getting that.
Is that something that could be done before then, like right now?
Hmm? Yep.
I was just wondering.
This Megan's picking on the color.
I get to.
Chartreuse or something.
That's exciting.
Any other questions?
I'm excited
Kaylee
about
or
it.
John?
Is there an issue with the truck traffic on Western Avenue during school being let out or before school? I don't know, maybe.
Just the cement trucks, like
Yeah,
she had
cement trucks.
mentioned, that's the
Was an
only
issue.
thing. I guess they've kind of got that taken care of, from what I understand. that
But are trucks going through at that time? Could they possibly, not go through at that time?
I think that's what Joel kind of reiterated, that, hey, we'd appreciate you not scheduling your pours during those opportune times at
Yeah.
what, 8:15 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon, or whatever it is.
I've heard a couple people complain about it, so
Yeah,
that's why
sure.
I'm asking.
It is very dangerous during those times.
Yeah, then you add daycare traffic on there too, if they elect to take that route through there too, you know.
Yep.
So,
Where traffic goes, those trucks don't stop on a dime.
once the concrete pours get done, that's pretty much, the schedule. You'll have deliveries for lumber and stuff like that, but I don't think that's an issue, The concrete pours, they usually have, they've been pumping a lot of that, so they have one or two trucks all waiting, one truck in and a couple trucks waiting, so they can get it all poured and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, but I'm thinking after that, it's pretty much behind them. I don't think we'll have much of an issue. We said delivery trucks and stuff like that. So. Anything else? Okay, moving on, cable TV.
We did not have a meeting, but Dave did send me a report on things that he's working on with hollow cameras and getting that all set up. He just gave me an update on everything he's doing with that. So our next meeting will be March 11th. Oh, and he says I have no pressing items. I archived the city meetings in the storage device. I'm setting up a new laptop to run the Nexus server. I also working on getting the owls set up for the next, on a couple laptops. So, not having meetings, but there's work being done.
Any questions? Seeing none. Moving on to CDA. Chairman report. We haven't had a meeting for probably the last 4 or 5 months, but we do have the resolution here. 79-2023, approved right of first refusal between the City of Juneau, CDA, and Automated Pet Care Products. Whereas the Community Development Authority has received a request from Automated Pet Care Products LLC to purchase lots 2811.020 and 2812.012 located in the City of Juneau, and whereas the Community Development Authority recommends offering Automatic Pet Care Products LLC the right of first refusal for the 2 lots mentioned for 24 months at no cost, at a cost of $14,000 per acre, with agreement to level excavation materials in the industrial park at no cost to the city. And whereas the Community Development Authority recommends approving the option to purchase with the right of first refusal agreement as shown in Exhibit A. Now therefore be it resolved, the Common Council City of Juneau accepts the aforementioned recommendation passed by the Common Council City of Juneau this 12th day of March. Entertain a motion for approval, Resolution 79, 2023.
I think the confusion is,
How can they?
how can the community, you just said they haven't met for months, and you say the Community
Oh, that,
Development
no,
Authority.
no, this was recommended by the CDA months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, we finally got the paperwork.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
That's what I was doing, was waiting for the motion to ask.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I should have started off with this. No, the last time we met,
Matt,
we recommended
okay, well,
this.
then
So-
I will move for passage now that I know that it really was the Community
Yes.
Development Authority.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Motion by Morose, second by Schuster. Any further discussion?
Where are these lots?
Right across the street from the auto pet care.
On
There-
the school side?
No,
No.
on
Next to,
on
the bus
Fairfield,
company.
next to Lamer's Bus.
Wagner's Bus Company.
Okay.
There's two lots available between Lamer's and the Apollo, or whatever they're called. Originally it was Gardner, down there in the corner. So they want to execute their right of first refusal in case they need this land. They're also very interested in what we're leveling off down there as well. So they got growing pains. They just keep growing and keep hiring more and more people, need more and more space to store this stuff. So they don't want to really have a warehouse across the street, but if push comes to shove, that makes most sense, that's what they'll have to do. Because then you've got forklift traffic going back and forth. But the other avenue too, they don't like having all the cars parked on the street as well, they might put a parking lot there. Though, my conversation with them, I says, we'd really like to market land for creation of jobs in our industrial park, and he agreed. He said that would be a last ditch effort. He says, we're trying to focus behind our two plants right now to get more parking set up there so they can get more cars off the street. But they're running 2 shifts actively, and I think they got better than 300 employees right now. And the orders keep coming in. We're just doing a booming business, I guess. And they actually set the market, the offer is actually higher than what the CDA said. The price in the industrial park is $12,500 per acre. They elected to offer $14,000 if they have to, tack upon it. So. But this doesn't mean that we can't sell those lots to somebody else, but they have the right to.
Right, they have the right of first refusal,
So,
matching off.
so they would have to come up, it's about 5.5 acres if I remember right. So they'd have to come up with that 5.5 times 14,000. People keep somebody else from buying it out from underneath them. Correct?
Right,
And you reviewed it,
over 100,000.
and your office put the offer together.
We put it together a while ago, and then they wanted to.
Yeah, we had to
Took a while
tweak, we had to
to
tweak it a
decide.
little bit.
Right.
So we're just waiting on them since like June? That was when the last meeting was.
Right.
It probably was that long, yeah.
I was just wondering, I mean,
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, no other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Morose,
Aye.
Schuster,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Foodie,
aye.
Munchko.
Aye.
Resolution 79, 2023 is passed. Okay, moving on, rec committee. Okay.
Rec committee to meet. Paul Shanks attended the meeting. Paul is on the soccer subcommittee. We have a soccer subcommittee. And so they are looking to purchase new uniforms for the Juneau Rage soccer, and they've been doing fundraising. And instead of having kids every year purchase their uniform, the city is going to purchase the uniforms, and they hope that the uniforms will last 4 to 5 years. So kids get them, they turn them back in, and then somebody else can use them after they've been laundered and et cetera. So we did make a motion to purchase the new soccer uniforms with a cost not to exceed $3,250. And it looks like that'll be pretty much be paid by fundraising money. Jacob talked about a end of the summer event, kind of / Citizens Appreciation Day on Saturday, August 24th. So he's getting events ready for that. So August 24th, we're going to have an end of the summer event and at the park. I think he's planning at the Wild Goose Park. And he just talked about the various things that have been going on in recreation. Family game night, craft creations, open gym, Easter egg hunt. Pickleball continues on Wednesday. Baseball and softball registrations, we're doing March 1st. And he also talked about developing a strategic plan for the rec department. You know, what does the city of Juneau see for the recreation department in the next 3 to 5 years? Where's it going? You know, where are those programs developing? And would like input from, you know, citizens and parents, and we also do a lot of programs for adults. Where should we be looking at? Where should we be putting our money? So something to think about as far as the recreation department. And that was our meeting.
Any questions for Kay? None. Moving on. Utility Commission. Richard.
Utility Commission. First thing we talked about was moving some of the utility funds into the LGIP, which stands for Local Government Investment Pool. We didn't know much about the Local Government Investment Pool at that time, so we're learning. Megan is teaching us, and the biggest thing about them is recently they've been giving a real good return on investments. So this is a real good option besides putting money in a bank. Because we didn't know that much about it, we didn't take action on it, but I think we'll talk about that next month. The Commission also approved a motion to sell our bucket truck to the town of Florence for $50,000. That'll happen when we get our new bucket truck, so we won't be without a bucket truck. Apparently, that would be bad. The electrical department have been tree trimming along the Goose Trail. They are removing 68 dead ash trees, and this will leave the trailway very bare. And Nick is suggesting that the utility and the city think about budgeting for tree replacement. He will also be looking for grants and other funding options that might be available. Electrical installation work on the Sunset View project will start in May. The Commission approved allowing Alex to sell old equipment from the wastewater treatment plant upgrade. Things that aren't going to be used anymore are being replaced, and checks for the old equipment will be made out to Juneau Utilities, and no cash sales will be allowed. We talked a little bit about drafting a new ordinance concerning private sewer laterals, and we decided to talk about that further in the future. Alex and Peggy attended the DNR award ceremony that the mayor read the letter, and they received the Facility of the Year award. And I guess I have a second reading of a couple of ordinances.
Sorry.
So I think everybody's got a copy this time, so you can read along.
Can we
I don't
waive
think
the
you
second
have,
reading?
you don't have to read it.
Yeah, you can waive it.
I'll make a motion to waive the second reading of the ordinance.
You
There's
can
two
dispense the
ordinances.
second reading and adopt.
Right.
So I will make a motion to waive the second reading of both ordinances.
And adopt.
And move
And
to approve.
adopt.
Move to approve.
Who, I move to approve.
Do we have to approve them separately, or can you do both at once?
Do it separately.
Is there a second to that effect?
Sure. I'll second.
Motion by Morose, second by Evans. Any further discussion? Kind of reviewed this last month, so hope it's clear as mud. No other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Morose,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Udi,
Aye.
Muchka,
Aye.
Schuster.
Motion to approve chapter 13.08.020, Pren D, Pren 4 of the City of Juneau Code of Ordinances has been approved.
Now I should make another motion to waive the reading and approve the next ordinance.
Ordinance 271-2024.
Okay.
Motion by Morose, is there a second to that effect? Second by Schuster. Anything further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Morose,
Aye.
Schuster,
Aye.
Evans.
Aye.
Udi,
Aye.
Muchka.
Aye.
Ordinance 271-2024, ordinance to amend ordinance 13.08.120, Pren C, has been approved. What else we got from Utility Commission, Richard?
Nothing.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question on the, when you say the ash trees on the north side, when does the county start with their responsibilities as far as the wild goose trail, right? You talked about the wild goose trail and
Yeah.
removing,
Yeah, they're doing tree trimming and removing trees along there. I'm guessing it's outside of the trail corridor?
We have a utility easement all along that corridor that goes out to the treatment plant for our power line. And see, now these are all ash trees, I'm assuming these probably been dead for 4 years now, and nobody's touched them, so that's probably why they're cleaning them up, because we had that ash borer disease go through the community, and
right, so
we all
so you're
lost it.
talking towards the treatment plant or north?
I thought it was towards the treatment plant that they were
And
cleaning.
then it
most of.
says north, so then I'm thinking, is it by, well, past Clearview?
There might be some up there too, I guess I don't frequent that route very often. You know where they were, Rick?
I do not. I guess I kind of assumed, and I was probably wrong, my assumption was that it was near the, where the soccer fields is in that area.
Well, they widened that out and cleaned that out several years ago, and we got all kinds of,
So I was wrong. I'm not sure
Yeah,
where it is.
we caught all kinds of heck about that, from the old Pauly cheese plant by Center Street North.
Yeah.
We widened out, that cleared it all out,
There's
and
not
boy, we
much
had
left there.
everybody in the backyard.
And then I would think from Clearview on that would almost be county. I don't know where the city line stops.
Well, the county owns the trail and maintains the trail. But I'm thinking you're talking out on the outskirts of the trail, it's probably where this stuff has been groomed. And like I said, it's important for us to keep the trees from growing out underneath the power line, going out the treatment plant on the south stretch.
Yeah, that's why it's the north that struck me as
Odd.
That's
Maybe
all.
I misspoke. I
That-
thought I got north off the
You know,
north, but
and-
maybe not.
And north of the North Depot Street, there isn't much growth there. That's pretty clean all the way up
Right.
all the way up to Home Road, so.
I know they've been taking out trees and stuff like the old Gore property
Yep,
across from the
Yeah.
Mill Brew Ponds
Okay.
in that area. And I got
Yeah.
to continue going out.
So maybe it is south.
South.
'Cause usually the county is the one that takes it up past Home
North
Road.
of Shady Lane.
very good.
Well,
Anything else?
I'll let you know, because I walk that a lot, so.
Are we gonna write in that email from Happy Shores? I have it printed out. You did, or?
Go ahead. Is this under new business or old business?
Could be old business.
Go ahead.
All the council members, mayor, I think, and Callie received an email And this is from Happy Tales Hangout. It says, "Hello, I hope this email finds you well. We would like to make a formal complaint for the improper and possible illegal use of Ring camera at 467 South Fairfield Avenue in the city of Juneau, Wisconsin. Owners Courtney and Michelle have notified the police department on several occasions for both a Ring camera and an anti-barking device. The anti-barking device has been removed since December 5th, 2023, but the camera has remained. Chief Beal has stated that the police department will have it removed as it is not pointed. Chief Beal has stated that the police department will not have it removed as it is not pointed through a window. Michelle, however, has an active restraining order against resident Edward Rupert until October 25th, 2027, which extends to the Happy Tales Hangout. Michelle has attempted to amend the Ring camera, but it was instead referred to the Planning Commission as a problem with the city ordinance. This email has been resent for a few errors made in the previous email. Although we have brought it up briefly in a prior meeting, we bring it to the city's attention now as our interior fence was damaged the weekend of March 2nd, leading to the removal of our privacy fence panels. We have already contacted Robert Froh and submitted a building application to rebuild and replace the existing fence with a privacy fencing as requested by the Planning Commission in a prior meeting, in accordance with the placement requested by Chief Beal, and hope to rebuild as soon as we are permitted to do so. Ring camera location, they showed south-facing bathroom window pictured, as well as evidence that it is indeed a camera, which was posted by Edward Rupert via Facebook. This camera looks over about 10 feet of his property and is otherwise directly pointed at our property at any given time. When they have different times when things were checked maybe or something, I'm not sure. But it talks about a cat box location, south exterior wall shed. This cat box was used to house multiple anti-barking devices and a camera pictured and dated. We feel that the neighbor will use it again, either to place another camera or another anti-barking device. It directly faces our property. Please note that the anti-barking device was on at maximum level the date of the posted video. And they have a bunch more pictures. And I don't know if there's any more dialogue here. We strongly feel that both these objects violate our restraining order and may cause further harm and or stress to animals, customers, and staff. It is unsettling that a man is permitted to video record the 5 female staff members and owners, one of which is under the age of 18, on our premises and post as he pleases. Furthermore, it is a threatening practice to keep the cat box on his shed to show that he can reinstate an anti-barking device at any time without facing the repercussions of how it affects both animals and staff. Happy Tales Hangout staff also holds the right to take pictures and videos of many animals on the property via a media release agreement. However, there are some animals that have not signed, well, you know that animals can sign the release due to the customer's personal preference or their safety. If the city requires more information, we'll provide additional comments and or evidence as needed. We hold no interest in approaching Edward Rupert or his wife in no way, shape, or form as any claim to our business or way in which we run it. We simply want the cat box and camera removed for the safety and welfare of our animals, our customers, and our staff. I'm just wondering if that is something we can order him to do. I know it's, I don't know.
Chief Beal, you feel you want to comment at this time?
Well, Attorney Griggs could probably better comment, but no, we cannot tell them to take down a plastic box. And the camera is not directed towards any bedroom windows, bathroom windows, so there's no concern that it's invading somebody's privacy like that. And you can have a camera up. It's a one consent state that we live in that allows that.
Right. I would echo all that, plus I would point out, you read the letter in old business, but it's not really part of your agenda tonight, so you can't take any further action on it tonight. Secondly,
my recommendation to you is this is really just a civil matter between these people. And I think the city intervening would be a mistake. I don't think you have the legal authority to do so. And I would also have to.
I just brought up
feel it's like-
informational as we all
Yeah.
have the email.
Right.
Just wanted to read it and make everybody aware of it.
Right, and I think that's fine and pertinent and no business, but as far as being able to take any action on it tonight,
No,
you
and I
would be able to
understand
do so. But my recommendation would be at this point, this is a civil matter between them, and you don't have the legal authority to do more than what you've already done.
And as far as the restraining order aspect of it, that's been investigated and looked into by the police department.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, any other old business tonight? New business, approve visual licenses for, liquor license for 45 days, there are none. Approve regular bartender's license for 2023, expires June 30th, 2024, Alex Hayden. Is there a motion to recommend
So moved.
approval? Motion by Schuster,
Second.
second by Muchka. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. No other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Morose.
Second.
Second by Schuster. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Meeting